Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In Saviors of Uldum waiting room, today we got one new card. And it's not just any new card, it's a Shaman Legendary Quest. Corrupt the Waters. 1 mana quest of course, so quest cards you're always offered it in the mulligan, you can choose to keep it. If you keep it, you use it, you use your turn 1 for that, okay. Quest plays 6 battle cry cards, and reward is the Heart of Vernal. So all the quests are now rewarding hero powers, and this hero power is activated immediately when you complete the quest criterion. And Heart of Vernal, it's not a passive hero power, note. It costs 2 mana to use. Hero power, your battle cries trigger twice this turn. So this is obviously an interesting hero power, because this is basically 2 mana to trigger the Spirit of the Shark effect. Except this is a little bit better than Spirit of the Shark because it's all battle cries, should it be relevant, if there are battle cries in other cards than just minion cards. So that looks like a pretty powerful effect, but it's not a passive. You have to spend 2 mana every turn that you want to activate this. So what kind of deck would like to play this? You can't really play this in an aggro deck. I mean, the first idea is to, okay, I play this in an aggro deck, I get these hero powers and life drinkers go face and everything goes face and boom, boom, boom. But playing this in an aggro deck, if you play this out on 1, that means that you're losing your turn 1. And losing your turn 1 is a big deal if you're playing a very aggressive deck, so you have to play a little bit of a slower deck. However, if you're playing a little bit of a slower deck, then it has some stiff competition from Hagatha the Witch. Because once you play Hagatha the Witch, you replace your hero power, so either you have to complete the quest after becoming Hagatha, if you want to have the late game hero power as Corrupt Waters hero power, or you might complete the quest and then switch over to Hagatha form later on. That's kind of an option. And if you go for a very long, very value-based game, then Hagatha giving you spells for every minion you play is eventually going to outvalue the double battle cry effect. So Hagatha seems like it's going to be the better if you're going for a really fatigue-based control plan. And if you're going for an aggro plan, then Corrupt Waters also isn't suitable because it lowers your tempo in the early game. So that leaves mid-range as the only archetype that's suitable for it. Or combo, should there be some kind of combo where having double battle cry would be important. But basically it would be some kind of a mid-range deck. And we are seeing some of these mid-range style mutate, form a champ, giggling inventor, Thunderhead, finish the opponent with bloodlust style decks. And that seems to be really the archetype that Corrupt Waters would fit into. Not something that's very fast, not very aggressive, not into aggro overload, not into murlocs, also not into pure control, but in some kind of a more mid-range approach that just takes over the game in the mid-game, floods the board, finishes the game with bloodlust. Hero power into Form a Champ, you get 2 5/5 hotshots. Hero power into Giggling Inventor, you get 4 mechs. These are the sort of interesting value that the card could give you. The double battle cry thing also goes really well with lackeys, so we haven't seen all the lackey stuff yet. If there's a bunch of good ways to generate lackeys for Shaman, then this can also synergize extremely well with lackeys, because cheap battle cries are good. It costs 2 mana to activate the double battle cry, then having lots of 1 mana cards with battle cries would be very useful. But it still cannot be a pure aggro deck because of the early tempo loss. We have only seen a couple of cards so far, so it's too early to draw deep conclusions. But Corrupt Waters looks like an interesting card for various mid-range Shaman archetypes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.